Hello, friend. Myself Sanjeev Divedi, and on behalf of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, I welcome you all in this Java session. In this session, we are going to talk about very important aspect called a static and non-static data member. Now, what do you mean by static and non-static data member? It plays very important role because, as we are aware, a class contains two types of data member. Whether the data member will be static or it will be non-static. Now, how do we decide that data member will be static or not? It depends on certain things. Let's see, consider this example. Okay. Now, now, suppose we have class A. Suppose we have class A and it has two data member X and Y. They are non-static data member because static is not written. It's not declared using static keyword. And suppose that is declared as static. So we have class A with two non-static data member and one static data member Z. Now, what will happen is this. This is how we create object. Suppose there is a constructor that initializes. Now, when I'm creating object of class A1, A2, of class A, A1, A2, A3 are object. Now, what will happen is this, suppose these are the memory assigned, correct? So, when it comes to non-static data member, a new copy of non-static data member will be created for every new object. So class A1 is one object, A2 another, A3 another. So A1 will have copy of X and Y, A2 will have copy of X and Y, and A3 will have copy of X and Y. Now suppose we have constructor for class A something like this. Int P comma int Q. So we will have X equals to P. We will have Y equals to Q. Now what will happen is when the object is created, we are only supposed to pass values for non-static data member. Remember, when it comes to Z, only one copy of Z is created per class and it is shared by all the object of the class. And Z is by default initialized to 0. It means that the non-static data member are the only data member that will occupy memory in object. So basically what is size of an object? Sum of size of all non-static data member of a class. So class A contains two non-static data members. So for A1, we will have two data members, X and Y, A2 and A3 same. But for Z, they will not occupy memory in each of the object. The memory is assigned outside the object. But one thing is this will be shared by all the objects. Now we have constructor, we have only at the time of creating object, we are only passing values for non-static data member. So for A1, it is 1, 2, for A2, XY, 3, 4, for A3, XYs, 5 and 6. Now, the important point is this. If I ask you to display the value of X, give me value of X. The next question that you will put for me is, kiska X? X of which object? Because A1 will have X, A2 will have X, and A3 will have X. So the moment I ask value about non-static data member, why? You will ask me A1 ka, A2 ka, or A3 ka. It means that the value of non-static data member depends on object. So whenever I need to access the value of non-static data member, I have to use object to access them. It should be like A1 dot X. A1 dot X, if I want to if I want to assign value or if I want to display the value, it should be A1 dot Y. Similarly, A2 dot X, A2 dot Y, because all will have different values. But when it comes to accessing value of Z, now Z value does not depend on A1, A2, A3. So it's like the static member is created per class, not per object. The non-static members are created per object. So it's like for class A, there is one static member created Z initialized with 0. Now, so if I ask what is value of Z for A1, it is 0, for A2, it is 0, for A3, it is 0. Now, it does not mean that we cannot change the value. Now, suppose I make the value of Z as 50. Now it can change, but still remains same for all the objects. So for A1 value of Z is 50, for A2 value of Z is 50, for A3 value of Z is 50. So this is about static and non-static. You just have to understand. Now why, sir, here it is not actually making sense why you have declared it as static. Now just imagine I'm creating a class. Okay? Class for my family tree. So class for my family tree, like each member in my family is an object of that class family. So each member will have different first name, different middle name, different qualification, different bank balance. but one thing will be common: surname. So if I'm creating a class family, then first name, middle name, address, qualification, salary, bank balance will be non-static data member. Because whenever I want to access the bank balance, I have to specify kiska bank balance. I have to specify that person in my family. So because the data will be stored with respect to the object. But when it comes to last name, now irrespective of any member you talk to my family, the last name remains the same. Now even though if it changes, now suppose there is last name X and it changes to Y, then that change will be effective for all other member in the family. So you need to understand if the value if the data member that I'm aspiring, if the value will going to be remain same for all the object, and if yes, then we will declare such member as static. If no, then we will declare it as non-static. Let's go back to comparison. In non-static, a new copy of the data member is created for every new object. For static data member, only one copy of the data member is created per class and is shared by all the object. Value of the data member depends on object, like a1.x, a2.x. Here the value does not depend on object, depends on class, like class a.z, something like that. The data member are accessed in non-static function. Yes, we will understand in due course that a class will have data member and member function also. Now, why do we have member function? So that we can access data member effectively. So the non-static data member are accessed in non-static function, and static data members are accessed in static function. This is what we need to understand. Non-static data member are accessed in non-static function, but the value of non-static data member depends on object. So non-static functions are called using object. So it is like something like this. It is something like this. Non-static data are accessed in non-static method, and non-static, I mean, to access non-static data member and non-static method, we will need object. And static data member are accessed in static method, and we will use class name to access them. Remember, Hamisha, this is all you need to understand throughout. So if at all there is any method and I'm using object to call that method, non-static. If there is any data member and I'm using object to access the data member, non-static. If there is any method, I'm using class name to access it, static. If there is any method, data member, I'm using class name to access it, static. So this is about static and non-static, and it definitely going to play very important role in future course of the topics that we will study. So for details, you may always refer Complete Reference by Herbert Schill. Thank you very much.